paranormal. It surrounds us. It's everywhere. Tonight, you will hear from the people who live and work within these highly active locations, all in the efforts to discover America's most haunted. With your host, ghost hunter and author, Dan Terry.
Good evening, boys and ghouls. I am Dan Terry, your ghost host with the most haunted. And boy, have I got a good one for you now. We are going back to New York. And the evidence you're going to see tonight, my friends, is going to amaze you. This is awesome. I do have to tell you, as always, let Race know I got a shirt here. Oh, there it is. There we go. The shirt I'm wearing this time is from the Haunted Lighthouse in St. Augustine, Florida. I just do that because he likes to make fun of me for all the shirts I own. So that's this week's shirt. And my guest tonight, oh, wow, the evidence she sent is just going to stun you. It's from Sharon Lennon, and she is the director of the Regional Investigators of the Paranormal, again, out of New York. Well, I don't know what to say. The evidence speaks for itself. It's incredible. And she has been actually on, and her team has been featured on 2 episodes of My Ghost Story and 2 episodes of Haunted Case Files. That's how great this team is, that they are capturing that much amazing evidence. But enough for me. Let's bring Sharon on. That's again Sharon Lennon, and let her tell her own stories. Sharon, the evidence you sent me was absolutely amazing. And how long have you been doing this?
Well, I started RIP with another, I'm a medium and he was a medium also.
Okay.
Since 2008, we brought the group together. And so it's been about since 2008. So it's been a little while.
It's been a little while. And you've had 2 different shows or 2 different episodes of 2 different TV series. Can you tell us just a little about those and how people can find them?
Right now, the one 2 shows of Haunted Case Files is still playing on the Travel Channel.
Okay.
So I think it's episodes 11 and 13, if I'm correct. So those stories are still airing. The other 2 you can watch, or I think you might have to buy. It's on Amazon with My Ghost Stories, and I think it was 12 and 14 episodes, 12 and 14.
And what was My Ghost Story? Was that on Bio or was that on Travel Channel?
Yes, A&E Biography. Yes,
that's right. Okay, some friends of mine out of Western Missouri had an episode on there. So I was thinking I was familiar with that name.
Yeah.
Okay, and the evidence you've gotten, I mean, this blows most of my others away that I've gotten, and I've been doing it a lot longer. Why do you think you keep getting this? Is it just the places you go to? Is that much more haunted?
Honestly, I don't know. It might be because we're sensitive to the spirits, because our group is made up of mostly, I'm a medium. My other co-founder was a medium. My Dawn, she's a psychic sensitive, and George, he's sensitive too. So they all have like these little abilities, that we can sense them and see them, and maybe they feel comfortable around us. But
Okay. Does that include the demon?
That one was a surprise. That one was a surprise. We didn't actually ask for that to happen. It just was kind of a fluke experience where we thought we're in this old barn talking to spirits, and this shadow figure with what you can see is like 2 looks like horns sticking out of his head jumps down in front of me, and that was like one of as far as a group, I think that was like one of our first investigations. So
we are going to save that one towards the end, though, because that one was absolutely incredible. Plus, you said there was a lot more happened after that.
Yeah.
So, and then how big a team do you have?
Right now there's four of us, and we're looking for a new member to join our team though.
But we discussed you prefer smaller teams also.
Yes, yes. I think we get more with when it's even if there's four of us.
Sorry, push the wrong button. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's all right. Even with this, the four of us will sometimes divide into two. It's just a little bit easier. We have less people talking over each other or interfering or making noise or.
And we talked beforehand about people talking constantly on these things. I know you're nervous. Doesn't matter. Got to be quiet. Because a whisper sounds like an EVP.
Oh yeah, some of his recorders are so highly sensitive that it almost sounds like someone's standing right next to the recorder.
Right. Now it's tough when you've got a large group of people. Now, do you do public events like that? A lot of my guests do that. Is that something you? Okay.
Yeah, we put on a few events where we brought people in, but then we divided. We didn't keep everyone together. Because it was four of us, I think we divided into, depending on how many came, we would divide into smaller groups.
Okay. Well, we got one here that you sent with a very plain yes. And until you pointed it out to me, I did not hear the oh yeah, or I think I assumed it was a human. Can you set that one up for us?
It was just three of us that day. It was a day investigation. It was light out. We'd been in the location before, and previously we were there. It was a night investigation, and Fred, one of the co-founders, he was coming down the stairs and he fell down like 3 or 4 steps, like someone grabbed his ankle. And so now we're returning. So that was like the first time we've been. Now we're returning and we're just sitting there. We had the recorder on. And we're asking questions, and that's when we got this. Fred asks, "Is a bad guy here that pushed me down the stairs?" And you hear the EVP, Class A EVP, saying yes, and then you hear another EVP. It says, "Oh yeah," like he was like happy. He knocked him down, and you also can hear footsteps. We're all sitting down, so if you listen, really, you can hear like shuffling.
And I heard the footsteps.
Yeah.
You directed me to the oh yeah, which again I thought was somebody else talking, because the yes sounds like an EVP. It's gruff, it's low. The oh yeah sounds human.
Yeah, yeah.
What kind of building was this?
Gosh, it was from the it was in the Historical Society. It was from the 1800s, built in the 1800s, and it's like just maybe just a museum type of house.
Okay.
And what happened was, and I looked it up this later because I usually don't research history because I am a medium. I want to see what I get. And the past owner that owned that house died very angry because he went bankrupt. And when you're bankrupt, they put you in jail. And he was very upset that his flower business went bankrupt. And so he had owned this house and he obviously lost it. So, I mean, he's still there, and he's just not happy. He doesn't want people in his house.
As a sensitive, do you think he's the one who tripped your partner?
I believe, yeah, he did. Because he previously to that, he shut the door in someone's face. Like someone was coming through the door, and the door just like shut in her face, almost like hitting her in the face. Okay. So
keeping her out?
I'm sorry?
Keeping her out of the room?
Yeah, or something. They happened like right before we even started investigating that night. So it was just like, he just like, get out.
He's just not a nice person.
Yeah.
All right. And you think that's him in both EVPs? Because one's very strong and the other sounds like a normal.
Yeah. I don't know if it's the same person or not, but to me, I think it might be a man and then the angry guy, because the oh yeah sounds like I'm happy I knocked him down,
Right.
And it almost sounds like it was the angry past owner.
Okay. And when this all happened, what did the other folks think? Did they
Honestly, they didn't even know it happened until it was because it was my recorder. I brought it home and I listened to it because we just sat down. What happens is we use the pendulum and I'll use the rods and Fred was using pendulum. So he was getting a yes answer with that. And then, he didn't know that we caught that until later on, like a few days later when I listened back to it.
Oh, I wish you had that on video because I love when there's two sources of confirmation, the rods and the voice, or the rods and the meters, or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, well, let's play it, and then we'll talk about it some more, because this one's pretty wild.
I had the bad guy up here who pushed me down the stairs. Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah just gets to me now that you told me it's not a human.
No, that was nobody.
That sounded like somebody who heard the yes and is, happy they got something. But wow. Let me play that again before we go on, because that one just kills me.
I had the bad guy up here who pushed me down the stairs. Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, when I was putting this together, I didn't even put the words "oh yeah" on there because it sounds so human.
Yeah. No.
Okay. No. And what's your opinion on this one? Is this a dangerous place to ghost hunt?
I've had people that won't go back there because of that. I'll go back in a heartbeat. It's because the guy's misunderstood. He's you know what I mean. Fred did fall down a couple of, 2 or 3, and he caught himself. So he really didn't. It more scared him than anything. It wasn't like he was pushed. It was like it felt like somebody grabbed his ankle.
Okay,
that's what you end up saying, And but I mean, we caught that on video too. That was portrayed. I think it was on that was on Haunted Case File. That episode that was where we got the video of him falling down the stairs.
And was you able to get the ZVP on that episode too? Was it close enough in time?
I put these producers will pick and choose what they put in. I did send them. I sent them. We get so much evidence from this place. I mean, we caught a hand coming in between me and Fred. I mean, you can see it's like a ghost hand, and
really?
it's just like, and we believe it's a little kid. And because Fred's using pendulum, and it looked like it was trying to play with a pendulum. And you see it twice, a hand twice, and we've got such weird stuff. Like we got evidence of a flame outside of a window at this place, and there was nothing in the backyard. Yet it looks like a bonfire in the backyard. I don't know what this flame.
This place is wild. This ain't where you got that demon, is it?
No. There was a farm. This is just like that historical. Well, in those days, it was considered like a mansion.
What part of New York are you in?
Buffalo.
Okay, and that's towards the coast, isn't it?
Oh no, it's Western New York.
We're
towards Great Lakes. We're on Lake Erie.
Because I know you all get just tons of snow, and when we get 6 inches, you get 6 feet of it.
Yeah, tell me about it. We had last year, Christmas Eve, Merry Christmas. We had I had close to 10 feet of snow. So,
but this area, when it was settled, would have been a rough place. Rough people had to live there.
Yeah. I mean, we've had our share of ups and downs as a city. Recently, losing our playoffs here, but we're a tough city, so you got to be really you have a backbone to live here.
Well, apparently, and I'm trying to guess why your area is that haunted. Just what you've told me, this puts any place I've been to shame, and I've been to some wild places, but it was always this place in this town, this place in that town, never all in the same area.
Yeah, this place is very haunted. I think the whole state is very haunted, but just because people come from Ellis Island, New York City, and then they ventured out,
So that's what I'm trying to wrap my head around, is why that area is that haunted I know they were very, very tough men, tough people that lived there.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that's kind of what it was. I just don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, between the wars that we fought against the War of 1812 through here, we had the slaves come across going into Canada, the Underground Railroad, we have Fort Niagara, which is with the French, war over there. So I think it's just in the lakes and the streams, and I think it just conducive to a lot of energy.
Okay, well that is amazing. Let's play it one more time because I cannot get over that last. Oh yeah, it sounds like a living person.
No.
Do I have the bad guy up here who pushed me down the stairs?
Yes.
That's just incredible. There's no other word for it. That is amazing. Did your episodes win any prizes or anything? Because
No.
you beat most of them already that I ever saw. Okay. The blind. Can you set up that one for us?
Okay, that was going up into what's a carriage house, which is the Van Horn Mansion has a carriage house, and we were going for the attic, or actually no, we were in the attic of that at the time,
Okay.
and George, he takes pictures all the time. He had a flash camera, and he says, "Get everyone together for a picture." So he goes, "Say cheese," and you hear a click. One other investigator said, "Say ghost," or whatever,
Yeah.
and then you hear a click. And you hear this lady say, I'm blind, like, because the flash blinded her. It was dark there, So
Right.
I thought that was another Class A EVP.
So that was absolutely not one of your people.
No.
And obviously she has a sense of humor.
And she's sensitive to light.
And as you said, it's Class A because he said it and then she throws basically a joke out afterwards. Okay, guys, you're going to love this one. Prepare for this one.
Say cheese.
Cheese! Say ghost. I'm blind.
Okay.
Again, that is such a strong voice.
Yes. It was not any of us.
And I have gotten maybe one or two over the years of something that strong.
Yeah.
And you've gotten two here in a few years, a couple of years.
Yeah.
That's okay. What kind of building was that one?
That was like I said, the carriage house of the Van Horn Mansion.
Okay.
It's just a place that they carried the carriages, and then it has an attic to it. So I think what they believe is that the slaves used to live up in the attic.
And the Van Horn Mansion, what kind of history does that have to it?
It has since they believe it also went with the Underground Railroad. So it's like 1800s. The place was built. I think they might have had, like I said, slaves through there.
Okay.
And but yeah, there's a ton of history.
That does not sound like I would picture a slave speaking. That sounds like a
Woman.
A woman, a homeowner who has got a sense of humor, or grandma, somebody who's ready to make a joke out of it.
Yeah, a maid. It could have been a maid, because they had maids and in the house too. Could have been they also had a big farm, so they had people from the orchard working.
And it may have been a cook who worked there if they have their own cooks, laundress, nanny.
Yeah,
much possibility, but whoever it was is intelligent, knows what's going on, and has a sense of humor.
I know.
All right, one more time. I love this.
Say cheese.
Cheese! Say ghost. I'm blind.
Okay.
The lady says, say ghost, and you hear the you think, okay, that's somebody with a weird laugh.
No.
But no, it's her.
Yeah.
Say cheese.
Cheese! Say ghost. I'm blind.
Okay.
It's got to be a joke. I can't see it any other way. And I assume he had a flash.
Yeah. He had a flash on his camera. That's why she said it.
You said your team is mostly sensitives. How do you find folks like that?
Well, the other woman on our team is Dawn. She's my sister-in-law, so it was family.
Okay.
And Fred being the other we met through another group, and
Okay.
we didn't like the way they ran it, so we said we left, and we decided to create RIP. And then he knew George, and so we kind of like both brought people in, and it just so happens, they have abilities.
See, I have none. I do not, honestly, do not envy people with that. I've got several friends. One, his parents put him into an asylum as a child because he was seeing ghosts.
Oh gosh.
And yeah, and he's talked about others. His sister saw him too, but she wouldn't say anything because she saw what happened to him. So I just cannot imagine. How does yours work? These people actually see them.
Yeah. Oh, I see them too.
Okay.
I see them, I hear them, I feel them, I can tell how they died.
Mm-hmm.
I either hear them, the voice, or it'll come right into my head. And it's a, what do they say, a double-edged sword?
I would say so. My one friend, he worked with me a lot back when I was living in Missouri. He was my go-to sensitive. But he called me up here a while back. He had went into a Walmart, and a ghost of a guy in overalls, dripping wet, saw him, said, "You see me," and then screamed and chased him out of the building.
Wow.
Nobody else saw it. He told his wife, "I've got to go. I'll be outside." And this thing followed him, screaming at him until he got to the door. Others have told me similar stories. It's like Sixth Sense, where the little boy said, "Hey, I know where my dad's gun is," and you see the whole. People who see that, I couldn't handle it. I don't know how you all can handle that.
Like I says, it's one of those, it's a gift and it's a curse or something like that, where but I think I was brought in. I'm also helped spirits cross to heaven too, because I'm
Okay.
So with that, I feel like I help them too.
There's a reason for your gift then, so you're using it.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. Again, don't envy you. I couldn't.
Yes, because I get them follow me home from Walmart. So
I couldn't stand, waking up and there's somebody there wanting to talk to me, because as a lifelong cop, my first thing is grab the gun and shoot. So I don't have that ability. I respect you, but I do not envy that ability.
Yeah.
So okay, we got an EVP. Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm just stunned by these EVPs you've sent. The carriage house, 6 seconds long. Do you know what that is, or is it?
That's the one. I think the little boy says, "Oh my gosh."
Okay. Now, is this in the same
carriage
building?
House? Yeah, the other with I'm blind, and that was the same. I think that was the same night.
Okay.
They've got multiple.
Did I leave my recorder down there?
That is so strong and obvious. But he sounds like he's a distance away.
Yeah. It's, oh my gosh. It was, you could tell it's a little boy, a little kid. And
do you think that's a residual, or do you think he knew what was going on?
Honestly, I don't think it's a residual, just because we've been there time and time again. It was like a one-time thing.
I have discovered at times spirits it's almost like they know what I'm doing, and they'll come from other places to get attention, to try and get a message out, or just to have someone to talk to. Could this little boy have been someone just passing through?
Yeah, that happens, because we really didn't ever come across him again. Like I said, we've been there time and time again. This is our regular place that we can get into. It's so the fact that we never heard from him again, I think it was just one of those in and out type of spirits that was just in the area and was just excited.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Let's play it again.
They've got multiple.
I'm Can I leave my recorder down there?
Was everybody together there?
Yeah, we're all going up to the attic. You can kind of hear the steps creaking as we're going up to the attic. And it was like me, Fred, George, and Don. There was the four of us, and no kids. No.
So he wasn't reacting to something somebody might have said in a room down the hallway or anything.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so. Unless Fred or George were just playing with something down behind us. As I'm going upstairs. But yeah, I don't know why he was like so excited, but he was a kid.
These are some of the best EVPs I've ever heard, and they are so obviously class one. Especially the first two. This one, not sure, but it's strong.
Yeah.
All right, one more time.
Can I leave my recorder down there?
And nobody else hears it.
No, we're talking, we're going up the stairs. I'm asking where my recorder is. And obviously it's recording,
right? Because
it picked that up.
Okay. Now, do you speak at lecture at any of the conferences or anything where people could find you?
I've done some like colleges and stuff like that. I haven't done anything recently. No, not yet.
Okay. Well, these are some incredible EVPs, and the videos you've shown me are equally good. And when we come back, we will be hitting those videos, especially the one we got to talk about, because the video is just the beginning of your dealings with this thing. So, all right, Sharon, if you'll wait for me just a second, we'll be right back after a quick message. All right, my friends, again, what can I say? Y'all have been around me. I know a lot of y'all have been with me on ghost hunts, but even more have seen the show before, never seen anything or heard anything like that. And the stuff that's coming up is going to be even better. So you guys stay right where you're at while we do a little commercial here, talk a little bit, and we'll be right back. Stand by. Okay, friends, you've seen some of the shows we have on the Onyx Network. We've got some new ones, as you saw. And we got Dan from California who brings in some really big-time celebrities. Dee Wallace Stone was on there here a while back. Talking about her ghost stories. The quality of the shows here, the quality of the guests, like this one I've got today, is incredible. You need to become a member. I also got to remind you that Michelle Roos, who I met at the XCon last year, she was one of the speakers. She does exorcisms. She's a ghost hunter. She works with Riverside Paranormal out of Riverside, Iowa. And she's going to have her show starting very, very soon. Don't have a date yet, but 7 p.m. on Tuesdays. Michelle was really impressive with what she talked about there, her adventures. Had time to talk with her. Our tables were right next to each other, so we had time to talk. So much going on in the Onyx Network. At the end of the show, we're going to talk again, like I do every week, about how you can become a member of the Onyx Network. Guys, it's free. And so much you get out of just putting your email address down. But for right now, we've got to get back because there's more stories to tell with Sharon Lennon, the director of the Regional Investigators of the Paranormal out of Buffalo, New York. And again, she's had 2 episodes of My Ghost Story, and 2 episodes of The Haunted Files dedicated to the things her and her team have done. So again, brought me some really great evidence. Let's get back to Sharon and talk some more. How's the weather out there for you right now?
It's not too bad. Actually, it was just raining. All the snow that we had from the past week is gone.
Oh, the winter you people have there is just incredible. I'm from Missouri originally. I'm in North Carolina now, so I'm in the South. We were shocked. We did have snow on the ground for a month at a time. Where I'm at now, I cannot get used to it. I get up in the morning. It's beautiful, snowy. I live on top of a mountain. It's an incredible wonderland till 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And by 1 o'clock, it's mud.
Oh.
But how long do you have to deal with that stuff?
Well, it comes and goes, right? Like I said, we're getting our January thaw, so it's most of our I could just see a bunch of yucky green old grass from under the snow. It's just...
So when you get a winter time like this, I guess your work slows down quite a bit.
Actually, I'm producing a show, so I'm still, even if I'm not in a haunted location, I'm still working from our past investigation. So I'm constantly busy with.
Well, tell me about what you're doing then.
Yes, we have it's on a local television station. We have it's called Paranormal Experiences with RIP. And it's a show I produce about our investigations, and I've been doing it since like early 2023, so it's recent.
Okay, and can people find that anywhere?
You can. It's through a local television station under lct.net. If you go onto that website and then look up, you can watch the shows on there or our YouTube channel. I put all our episodes on our YouTube channel, which is RIP Ghosts. RIP Ghosts with an S at the end.
RIP Ghosts, and that's your YouTube channel, and everything you put on here is on there also.
Yes, all our episodes.
Okay. And I should have asked you that ahead of time, so I could have got the banner going for you. What about your website? Does it have any of your evidence on it?
Yeah, it does have some of it on it. I haven't updated recently. I've been so busy with the producing of the show and getting this stuff out either to the programming station and to the YouTube station and the Facebook page. And it's like, so my website's a little bit, it has stuff on it, but not a lot.
I understand. You can really overdo with social media.
Yes.
There's so many different channels now. Used to be Facebook. That was about it.
Yeah.
And now there's so many others. It's amazing.
Instagram, TikTok. We got them all.
Okay, let's get back to your story here. And I think we want to start with the ghost image in the mirror. And you had to set it up for me before I really caught on to it. So what do we got on this?
This is a video of a spirit, which we believe it's a little girl. And we were in a historical Grange. It was everything's historical. Everything's old. It seems like it's everything old is haunted. It seems like, and so this camera was just shooting into was like a men's lavatory area, but you could see a mirror and some broom handles. It also was like just a throw out place, and you see the mirror behind the broom handles, and what it looks like is a little girl peeking her head. You can just see basically a profile of a face coming through the mirror and then sneaking back out. And it's like maybe a second and a half long, if not 2 seconds long, where she peeks her head out, then she pulls it back. And it's weird how it comes through the back, and then it's like coming through the veil.
You actually see, or she actually comes out of the mirror.
Like from the back, yeah.
Yeah, like she's looking through an open window.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's amazing.
And this is an old, what kind of building was this?
It's an old farmer's grange. And I don't know if you know what a grange is. It's like a farmer's union hall.
Right.
Where they gather and share seed and stories of how to help each other.
Well, yeah, they helped each other get stuff from the government and tax breaks and all of that. The grange was huge at one time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, let's check it out because this one is kind of startling. Okay, so the mirror is on the wall.
Yep.
2 broom handles leaning up in front of it.
Yeah, it's right behind the 2 broom handles.
Okay.
Here, let's.
That had to startle the hell out of you when you was checking this out.
Oh my gosh, I don't want to look. I never because of that. That freaked me out. I don't get freaked out. I mean, yes, I do get freaked out. And this is what a close-up picture of the image, and you kind of see the eye socket and like the left side of a profile.
Yeah.
Nose of what we believe is a little girl.
And curly hair, maybe
Curly
brown.
hair. Yeah.
Shoulder, a little over shoulder length.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
These are some old sites. This is a very old video.
And we're going to play it again, but this one's got you to the point you don't want to look in mirrors at night anymore.
No. I do not look in the mirrors. When I get up to go to the bathroom at night, I kind of do one of these things.
Well, with your particular talent, I would have gotten that way long before, I'm sure. Have you ever seen things in mirrors or when you were getting up at night?
Oh yeah. I've not, matter of fact, a couple of days ago, a spirit woke me right out of a sleep, and
Really?
I was laying in the bed. I was just about. I mean, where I was just about asleep. Where you're in that lighter sleep, not real deep sleep, and something just made me wake up, and I turned, and there was this woman, like ready to jump on me in my bed, like she was like. And I stand up and I go, no. And that freaked me out. So
okay. That would. And I cannot imagine what I would have done going over evidence and seeing that.
Yeah, no.
Oh, and there was nobody else in the room, obviously.
No, I'm by myself. I'm not married or anything. So I'm just laying in bed by myself. And this startled me awake. And enough so where I seen her like motion towards me,
right?
And as soon as I said no, she was gone.
Is there a way you can stop these things from following you home from investigations?
I try. I sometimes I can push them out. I'll feel them in the car if I'm aware of it. Sometimes I'm just like tired and want to get home. And sometimes it's like, okay, I realize there's something, and then of course I ask my angels to push out anything, to cut, remove these spirits from my car or wherever. And but sometimes they still follow you regardless.
And do you think that one was something you got attached to you in an investigation?
That one, I think I think that she just followed me home from somewhere, or I think it could have been at the store, and they just want to get.
Ricky Gervais did a movie here just recently called Ghost Town, I believe, but it's where he was a dentist who had a near-death experience and could see the ghosts.
Yeah.
And they were trying to get him to do things for them. Is that kind of, to a lesser degree, of course, what happens with you, do you think?
Yeah. They usually come to me because they want to cross over.
Okay, so it's not like they want to tell their wife where they kept the life insurance policy or anything like that.
No, not normally. I mean, no, I have to say mostly they just want to cross over. They're stuck. They've been here too long and they just getting tired of it.
No, that does open up to one more quick question. How do they get stuck?
Either they don't realize they're dead, or I've had some that are afraid of judgment if they go into like being judged by God, and because they don't believe they lived a righteous life, or to that point of view, or anything. They're connected to their family, they're connected to their house, or something's making them because I know a bunch of like the farm where we haven't showed it yet, where the demon comes down in front of me.
Okay.
A lot of the past like family members are still on the farm and they don't want to cross over. I've asked them. I go, "You want to cross over?" And they're like, "No."
Mm-hmm.
So they just want to stay.
Okay, so they're not stuck. They're choosing.
They're choosing to stay.
Okay, and again, I've come across the same thing. I recently had one with a guy, and he's the only time he set off the meters, and he set off every one. He had committed suicide 6 months before, and he was Catholic. When I said, "Jim, are you Catholic?" everything went crazy because, of course, Catholics in the old days,
right?
It was unforgivable to kill yourself.
Yeah, right.
And he was scared to death to cross over.
Oh.
So I understand him. I understand the ones who just don't want to leave.
Yeah.
And the ones who don't even realize they're dead. But are there ones that just didn't see the light? If that's what happens, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Did they not understand what they should do?
Yeah, like I will ask. I go, "Did you see the light?" And someone will say yes, and I'm like, "Would you just choose? You just didn't want it?" And God will show us the light for a while. We'll hold on to the light. I want to say they'll let you go see your funeral, blah blah blah. But then after a while, they take the light away, and if you don't go into it, they're gonna take it away.
Okay.
And I mean,
so then it takes someone like you to help them cross over.
Yeah, because the God says, I gave you free will. You decided to stay, so I'm taking that.
Yeah. So would you say, and I don't mean to sound funny, but you're there to help turn the light back on?
Yeah, I help open the portal or the gateway, the doorway, whatever you want to call it. And matter of fact, I just had to do a home recently where it was a Native American, and I never had to deal with that. Their traditions and what happened was amazing when I was crossing him over, because I'm just opening the light and I can feel him. I can feel that the door is open, but he's resistant. And then all of a sudden I hear this Indian chant, yeah, like that. And I see a shaman in my third eye in my head, and then I see an eagle fly above, and then he went. It was like the shaman came in and helped him go to the light.
Usually, isn't there family that comes to help cross over?
I always ask families, the loved ones in spirit, and angels to help the spirit find their way home. I always bring that into it. But this one, being Native American, they have different traditions. So I didn't know. I just called on someone to help, and they came. It was amazing. Yeah.
The last real investigation I had before I left Missouri was a Buddhist family.
Oh, wow.
And I have never dealt with Buddhism before. And it turned out it was, at least the main ghost was her father. Oh. But it was a wild one. I saw shadows running out of a room. I said, "What's in this room?" They opened the door and they had a meal set out with everything but food on it. Wow. Cups, saucers, water, everything on a little table. And it was just, when I'm dealing with faiths I have no concept of, because I'm a born Baptist.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of research to try and help the folks.
Yeah.
And you at least can have a sensitive and the history of crossing people over. So you've got a little more than I had on that. Okay, it's time to hit this one. This one is Hall's
Apple Farm. Yep.
An apple farm. Okay. And you want to set it up first, or you want to play it first?
Oh yeah. This is just I'm sitting there. We're talking to the spirits. We're in the second story of an old barn, and we're just talking to the spirits. And all of a sudden, you see this black figure with what looks like horns jump down in front of me. You hear it land, bump, bump, and you see a flash of light. And then you kind of see him pass back towards where it came from. And as you can see, you can't really see him real good, but you'll see two lights. Reflections of some equipment they had, and they will go out as he passes by.
Did you see this at the time?
No, it was so pitch black. I didn't see a thing.
Did you hear the thumps when it landed?
No, I
Okay.
just found it on review. I just like, what the heck was? You see the light? What the light caught me where it lands. It produces light because it's
It does.
energy, and this is an infrared camera, so the light produced the energy of where he landed. And I seen that, I rewound it, and I'm like, wait a second. And then all of a sudden I see what looks like horns out of this big black shadow, and then I notice it jumps down, and then it crosses back, and it takes out the two lights.
And what crossed your mind when you saw that?
I'm like, holy crap.
Okay. All right, let's play it and we'll talk some more about what happened afterwards, because this is just the beginning of the story.
Yeah.
Just here to see what you guys are up to. We're not here to scare you or to frighten you away. We just want to talk. Did you want to? Is there anybody here that wants to talk to us?
What is that light on the left side that goes on and off?
I think it was a reflector. They had like some old equipment, I think, up there. You know, those little reflectors. And I think that's what it was. So a couple of reflectors on some equipment.
And what was it reflecting, do you think? I mean, he walks in front of it, it fades away, comes back?
Yeah, well, I think the IR from the camera that the young man was holding was reflecting off of the reflectors. And so when it comes down, you can see the flash of light and the two horns, whatever. And then he comes back, and those will go up because he's between the camera and the equipment. So he as he goes past him, you don't see the light anymore.
All right, let's play that one more time, and then we'll want to hear the rest of the story. But you can hear it, you can see it walk past. It's incredible.
Just here to see what you guys are up to. We're not here to scare you or to frighten you away. We just want to talk. Did you want to? Is there anybody here that wants to talk to us?
There is a light to your right on the picture that I believe the reflector was shining back. And it walked right in front of you. Well, that was you sitting there, right?
Yeah. I was it jumped down between me and the camera, the guy that was holding the camera.
That must have been startling when you found that on the camera.
Yeah. Well, and then the thing is, and it kind of explains, because then we end up going to the bakery afterwards, and the thing followed us there, and we see this black shadow. I didn't send the video for this, but we had a candle lit, and there's a mirror. There's a glass front refrigerator where they put pies in, and you see the candle reflecting in the glass of the refrigerator. Well, you see something between there, and it's a shadow figure, and it like overcomes the reflection. Right. So it was something between the glass and the candle. And then we got two beady eyes the same night, looking in through the reflection of the refrigerator, like it was in the refrigerator almost. And it blinks, it goes off, and then all of a sudden our voice recorder starts playing on its own, and meaning it's dismantled or just something to the voice recorder. And once then you would see it come back, and the eyes come back in the refrigerator. Of course, Dawn got up and she turned off the voice recorder because it was replaying itself, our audio. So it also tossed a camera, or one of our infrared cameras, and it tossed one of those in the kitchen. So it was just mischievous, I guess, or just caused problems.
Have you been back?
We haven't been back in a while. I think it's because the bakery and everything is going through. They sold some of their farm, and it's just going through a lot right now.
Okay.
Reestablishing itself.
But you said nobody had ever talked about anything evil there, just regular spirits.
No, this is the place that had the family members come that stayed there. So it had family members. It had other spirits there too. It wasn't just family members. So yeah, it was odd.
That was amazing. And you've got such great evidence. Once again, people can find your website here at riphaunted.wix.com/RIP1.
Yes.
All right. And this is the name of the show you have on a local television station.
Yes.
And I never got it down, but what do they look for again on YouTube?
Oh, it's RIP, and then all one word, RIP capital, and then ghosts in lowercase with a GHOSTS. RIP Ghosts is our channel.
Okay.
So all these episodes of Paranormal Experiences are on our YouTube channel.
Plus, you're on 2 episodes of Haunted Case Files and My Ghost Story if they find them, or if is Bio still a channel?
I don't know. A&E is, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. Well, they may be replaying this stuff too. So
yeah. Oh, they have. I think Travel Channel bought these episodes. They're just not currently available on demand.
Well, we'll keep an eye out for them. All right. So Sharon Lennon, you are the director of Regional Investigators of the Paranormal out of New York, and your evidence has been stunning. And I don't mean that. Usually I tell people how great their evidence is, but that's stunning. So thanks for coming on, and I hope you'll come back. Let me know if you get some good stuff, and we'll bring you back on, because that's cool.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks, and talk to you later on.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, my friends, there you've got it. We've got, demons walking past you, waking up in the night and seeing somebody standing over you. If that doesn't scare you enough, and ghosts with a sense of humor who like to tease about being blind after a flash of a camera. So how much more can you expect out of any ghost hunter? All right. And friends, while in the last couple of minutes we got, I do want to remind you, we have the UNX Network, the XCon coming up. We've got all kinds of shows like you saw. Michelle, show starts, and it's not started yet, but it will shortly. And we've also got the XCon coming up. We are going to hold the XCon, same place we had last year. It's the Oasis Hotel, Springfield, Missouri. And let me tell you, we were sitting there. I was at one table. Michelle was at one. There were some other people there. Had the audience all seated, watching a speaker. The speaker saw it because he was looking at me. I saw it. And between us and the audience, a shadow person just walked right past us. Several people over the course of the days told us they were seeing shadow people as well. We didn't know the place was haunted. So when we asked the employees, I said, oh, yeah, this place is crazy haunted. Didn't you know it? I think we're going to get to do some ghost hunting. And I'm going to be running a course during the night on using dowsing rods and pendulums. Michelle's going to be talking about different evidence. And we got a lot to talk about, a lot of stuff going on. So XCon's in October. You got plenty of time to plan on it. As we get more guests lined up, I will let you know who they are. And keep that in mind. And again, to join the UNX Network is free. Go to unxnetwork.com, opening page, just slide down a little bit, put your email address in, and what you get out of that for all that terrible work is access to the X blog, which means stories come in during the week. Recently, I had one they put on there about the Phantom Barber of Pascagoula, who was breaking into houses and cutting little girls' hair. The cube-shaped UFOs that's been seen lately, the shadow people, the time Mothman was trying to break into a hotel room in Las Vegas. And this occurred maybe a year ago or a little less. When that kind of stuff comes up, it comes right out. Also, you get the UNX magazine sent to your email once a month. These are just some of the issues. This one was a October issue, and it had a big article I wrote on the haunted battleship North Carolina, stories about the witch hunts in Missouri, which was actually an American Indian tribe, and the UNX time machine, time anomalies, stories about time travel. We cover everything by some of the best writers around, and me. I mean, I'm not one of the best, but there I am. This most recent one that just come out has a big story about vampires in America, part 1. If you want to see part 2, join up because you're going to love it. So that's going to do it, I think, for me this week. Y'all stay cool. Maybe I should say y'all stay warm. But I think most important of all, y'all need to stay spooked. Okay? Good night.